Hello folks, welcome to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft Resonant Rise. I'm Karen Dave, creator of the Resonant Rise mod pack and Minecraft enthusiast, I guess you could call me. And I'm just finishing putting down some warded paving stones from Thaumcraft that stop entities from walking in. How cool is that? I put one here, here, all around here, right? So now, with the exception of spiders who can climb over my roof, I actually don't have to worry about zombies marching into my house anymore. I even got over here, so even if I leave my gate open, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, they can't come through. It's totally fantastic. So let's go check the list. When last we left off, I was preparing to get started with Ars Magica, and we'll call that task done. Actually, no, you know what? We set it up. We have a working thing, that's done. What we need to do is learn some magic. Well, yeah. In order to do that, I need a raw fish. And I forgot, silly me, that we're testing a mod called Mariculture. Now, let's see if we can shove these in here. Nope. Put them down here. Mariculture is a mod that adds a whole bunch of extended fishing things into our mod pack. And it totally changes all the fishing systems. In order for me to go fishing, it's actually going to be something of an adventure, I think, because I don't know how to do any of this stuff. So in order to make a fishing rod, I need some reeds and some string. Let me go grab some reeds here. Let's just grab the rest because I think I need a bunch of them. Now, if I recall correctly, let's just go ahead and use the uses. So as you can see, we can make some sugar. We can make this. Well, here we go. There we go. I can make a reed fishing rod. They can use ants, grasshoppers, maggots. I don't even know. I just need a fish, guys. I just need a fish. So let's go ahead and make a fishing net. Right? We have 4 fishing nets. That should suffice for now. Now, I don't even know if I could just fish with those, but it seems like I need a fishing rod. So let's go ahead and make that as well. Right? Now, the reason I need the fishing nets is because I think I need a sifting table to get bait. Right? Or how about sift? Here we go. Sifter. Let's see, we need a little bit of wood for that. This is quite an adventure just for fishing. I'm a little disturbed, to be honest. Like, who would have known that this would have been this complicated? And go like this. There we go. I have a sifter. Now, as I understand it, all I have to do now is plonk this sifter down somewhere, preferably outside, because I suspect this is going to get messy. Where to put it? Well, you know what? Let's just put it right here for now. Oh, wow, it seems to be big. How about over here? How big is this thing? Wow. Okay, well, we can move this to a better place soon, but let's go ahead and toss this in here. I think I go like this. Yes. Now, so if I toss these things in, as you can see, different little things come out. I have a few ants. That's kind of cute. All right, so now I need to take this reed fishing rod. Do I just craft it together, or what do I do here? No, it doesn't actually say in the darn wiki, so we're going to have to find out. Do I right-click the ants? No, I definitely don't want to eat it. That's gross. See you later, sucker. I made a little bit of a high-speed runway over here. As you can see, I can just kind of hit most of these paving stones, and they're a little buggy, but most of the time they just send me flying off. So I think what I can do is, do I go like this, and then maybe I go like this? No. Give me a second to figure this out, because the wiki's kind of vague on how I load my fishing rod. I'll be right back, folks. Alright folks, I figured it out, but I did have to make a little bit more bait. You just need to put the bait to the right of your fishing rod as you fish. And then you fish. And fish. And fish. And fish. And a million squid spawn in. And we get a fish! Yes! This is what we've been waiting for. Hooray! Raw fish! Alright folks, so I think I'm ready to start my spell. Although I realized that I missed one tiny little detail. Came back and I'm like, wait a second, that doesn't look right. I gotta go like this, I think. Now that should make it match the picture. There we go, yeah. Upside down. What was I thinking? I'm sure some people saw that and they were like, Dave, in the last episode, Dave, why are you so bad at Minecraft? So I think to start, I just chuck there we go. Yes. Oh, this is such a cool process. So cool. Now you can see all these little particle effects, runes floating in midair. So the first thing I need to toss in is my Vintium dust, and then a feather. And of course, off camera, I've ensured that I have everything on the list. Pew! It wants this fish that I worked so hard for. Spell, I hope that you appreciate the difficulty. Pew! Now it wants clay. Clay I did not work so hard for, although it is kind of obnoxious. An orange rune, no problem. Pew! An iron shovel, likewise no problem. Pew! And then an iron pick. And then finally, a blank spell parchment. Ta-da! Oh. Blank spell parchment. And my spell comes out. Yay! And now I think the first time I right-click it, it'll let me kind of customize it. Yeah, so I can kind of set whatever I want here, like to show the world how awesome I am. Now I named it Stone Fingers. And I could change that name now, I guess. Seduce Evokers. L's Compassion? I don't know. I don't know about any of those names. How about just Stone Fingers? Right? And then, yeah, suitably stone. Well, that's not bad. Those are kind of meteory. Horrifying face. Horrifying face. Hey. How about... Ooh, look at one of these. This would be cool, right? How about that? Yeah, it kind of looks like you're digging out, or like you're Samara or something like that. Yeah, it seems good. Okay, yeah. Now I have this cool little Stone Fingers power, and I go, boop. Okay, now before I continue, I realize astute readers might realize that I was in creative mode here. It was not on purpose. I was trying to fix my smelter. You can see it's still glitching. So I was kind of breaking pieces and putting them back on, and occasionally they disappear. It's fantastic. Anyways, cast a spell. Pew! And so now you see the real value of using this this dig spell. You can hear that little chime. That's my magical level, just going up and up and up and up and up. Now, the reason that that works so well is because this spell has a very low casting cost and low burnout cost. So consequently, it gets penalized very little for being cast over and over again. And with all of these little chimes, I actually learn more magical abilities. So if I go back over to my little Oculus now, I have more points to spend, which is, as you can see, I have 2 more points. I've greatly increased it. So now that's good, because what I really want to do is learn self-regeneration. Yes. Yes, self-regeneration. Which was sort of the point of this whole exercise, right? Is to get access to this as early as possible to make blood magic easier. Let's go ahead. Well, no, this is not what we need, is it? What we actually need is a feather, a book, and ink. Let's see, here's a feather. We need some ink and a book. And we're going to work on this spell next, because it's what I was actually trying to do in the first place. And then we'll call, well, you know what? No, let's be truthful to ourselves. If I click here, oh, nope. Learn some magic. Ta-da! How cool is that? But it's not the spell we actually want. So what I want to do now is do self-regeneration. Oh, I need a book in there, huh? Self-regeneration. And we'll call it God's Blood. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to search there. I want it to be here. Or, Golden Blood. Perfect. What does this spell need? This spell needs a blue rune, Alm, Vintium dust, a lesser focus, a golden apple, and 500 neutral essence. Uh-oh. Oh, this spell is a bit more complicated, and some of the stuff that it wants, I want to build out my house. It wants a nexus, and I sort of want to build my house out a little bit. It's going to put the nexus up there. Yeah. So that I can get the essence I need. So I'm going to pause on that. I'm going to hold off on that for a little bit, and yeah. So we did the goal. We did what we set out to do, at least for now. So let me go ahead and grab this, and let me think about what we're going to do next, because obviously without the regeneration spell, we don't want to necessarily go gallivanting off into the world. Let's go ahead and toss this in here. Gallivanting off into the world of blood magic without some way to regenerate our health. So let me think on that, maybe do some construction. I'll be right back. Oh man, I can't tell you how much fun this spell is. You have to be a little careful with it to keep the burnout down, but it's just fun to just tear through things. And unlike the other methods we have, there's no material consequence. It's super fast. Ooh, shards. Super early. Oh, it's so good. It's like one of the best digging tools I have access to for now. I am just gathering cobblestone to start smelting because I'm obviously going to need to build out my house a little bit before I can finish my plan, my sinister plan. So I'm going to continue to do that, and I'll be right back. All right, so looking at this list, I kind of want to do some building, and it'll take me a little while to think about what I want to build to upgrade, to get the regen spell, which we'll use to upgrade my blood altar. Maybe. But I actually was thinking, why don't I work on getting power for my ore? Before that starts, I sort of want to get a head start on ore processing and not wait forever for that to happen. I have a better solution than what I'm about to do, a lot more efficient. However, this is going to be what we have running in the background right now. So I took the stone crusher from before, and I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up in copper. So that makes a copper crusher. See where I'm going with this? I think if we take this, and then we grab some bronze, wrap that around the edges, we get a bronze crusher. I have to make more bronze. Now I think finally, if I take this and wrap it around the outside like so, I get an iron crusher. Now, I think there is a higher level than that. Yes, if I were to get steel, then I could make a steel crusher. And then I don't think there's anything better than that. Yeah. However, this is pretty good. So what we're going to do is go ahead and break this guy and grab that. Well, that shouldn't end up in there. Looks like it's gonna. Yes, let's get that handle out of there and that grindstone out of there. And we're going to put this squarely on top. Now, in order to power it, what I'm going to do is make another lava crystal. Right? That makes sense, I think. This LP system is working really well so far. So we have 3 of these. 2 obsidian, a diamond, some glass. Of course, I need my blood orb. So let's see if we can pull this out for a second while that's working, and see if we can make a lava crystal, like so. And boom. Fantastic. So now I can toss this back in there, and it will need more power. And I can put this in here, like so. Now, all I have to do is toss some ores in there, and they will, in the same fashion as before, be automatically sucked out. Now the stone crusher would be a really bad idea here. It'd probably kill me, because it's pretty strong. Uh-oh. Well, I'll have to wait, this isn't bound to me. That's what the problem is. There we go. Just a brief right click on Karen Dave. There we go. Check that out. And it goes pretty fast, much faster than the basic stone crusher, right? Of course, we're going to see that our life drains away pretty fast. So let's go ahead and, whoa, fell. I feel like there used to be things there, and now they're gone, and I'm not sure how they went away. Let's go ahead and make sure that the altar there is nice and capped off. And of course, if I were to go like this, I would see that my network, well, I have to turn it back on. Hopefully there's nothing horrible over there. No, nothing. 2,300 in the altar and 5,000, I'm sorry, 2,300 and 5,000 in the setup. So perfect. And we could probably upgrade the altar a little bit, but I think I'll just work on this next part, right? It's easy enough. So, more blood. That's plenty of power for now. And actually, this is not a bad solution. In fact, this is kind of techno-magical, but I think I have a better solution. What I want to do really quick is build out and up a little bit on this side. So I am going to do that really fast. And what I'm going to do with it is I'm actually going to pull some of these out. I have quite a bit of stone on hand. So I'll show you. You may have noticed this outside, but one of the things I really like is these new, well, they look like this. Let's see if we can pull this out, and then a little bit more blank stone. Just need to wait a sec or two. 3, 4. Oh, what am I doing? There's some right there. Ugh. So if I go like this, right, I get this really cool edge stone bricks. Let's just go ahead and make as much of that as we can. Edge stone bricks. You can notice it out here. They have little edges and they connect the textures. And there's also bordered stone bricks, which just make this cool border out there. And I think that's what's going to gradually take over my house and become my floor. So real fast, off camera, I'm going to go about changing the look of my house a little bit and probably trying to replace all this stuff with nicer equivalents. That'll probably take me a little while off camera, so we're going to go ahead and do that without having to have you necessarily watch. Although if anything interesting comes up, you can be sure that I'll bring you back over. So hold on just a sec while I do a little bit of rearranging. All right, folks, I'm almost done building this new room for a couple other things that I want to build, but I just wanted to point out this extra utilities mod has some really awesome decorative blocks. One of the things to check out here is these are super cool looking. So these are, you saw me use these earlier, the edged bricks, right? Check out, they also have edged decorative glass. So let's go ahead and do one of these. How cool looking is that? Really cool looking, right? Right? So I'm going to do a little bit more stuff with this. Right? And you can even break it to reclaim it. And it breaks fast, but actually is fairly durable to damage from the outside world. So that's kind of nice. Yes, this is definitely starting to shape up as a nice room to work. Pardon me, folks. Let me finish up what I'm doing here. All right, folks, just as I finish my security system, night falls and all sorts of crazy things are going down. Look at these zombies, totally held at bay. Look at this. I can climb onto my roof and be pretty safe. I think there's Netherman that I aggroed by accident. But yeah, these warded paving stones, oh my god, they're amazing. Look at this furious guy. You amazing guy. Look, I have no fear about this. I'll cut you. Seriously, the most obnoxious thing. I can't even sleep it off, because now that they're here, they're here. Yeah, see? Oh, also, I cut myself to death with this magical table. Gotta be pretty careful with it. It's pretty powerful. Like, you can literally just kill yourself with this. Ugh. Seriously, go away. And he can't come through there. He's warded there. They don't even know what to do. This is amazing. Now that maybe I pulled them over there, maybe I can sleep now? No. Oh well, folks. So, I need to go to the Nether to learn the spell I want to learn. So, Nether Access, which a lot of things need. But one thing I said I would do is get power for ore generation. I have a few ideas on how to do this, but I have a pretty simple idea, which is just use Sterling generators. We happen to be doing so successfully with these lava crystals, I think they'll work just fine as Sterling generators. Oh boy, these guys are annoying. I don't want to break this window, but I'm telling you guys. Oh well, it's almost done. They'll leave. So what I'm thinking is that I'm going to do this ore processing method is great, but the truth is that for my weak magical potential with this mod, with blood magic, it really is quite taxing. I'm constantly fighting to keep my abilities, and I've gone nauseous, as they say, several times since I started, like where I run out of LP. That said, look at all the ore I've been processing, right? This is none too shabby while I was building. So I'm pretty happy about the results. It's just, you know, it's a thing that is pretty expensive to run, at least for now. I think I may actually come back to that later, because it's actually pretty fast and pretty effective. But for now, it's a little bit more than my beleaguered LP network can really handle. So what I need to do is think about maybe I could use this more efficiently. These are not the most efficient machines out there. And the most efficient way to do things is to turn it into pure energy, usually via an engine, and then use that as a power as a catalyst for further operations. Oh man, there's just a creeper that's just going to hang out right there, isn't there? He's just going to hang out there, looking really, really upset about his condition. You guys, do you understand that I'm busy? Look at this. Are you here to parlay? Pardon me while I clean up the mess. Alright, folks, so I probably deserved that when I was taunting the creeper. Do not taunt the creeper. However, yeah, that seems all fixed up. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. I was getting ready to try and make a Stirling generator from Ender.io. Now, there's a whole bunch of ways that I could make power, as I discussed. However, I think this is probably the best one overall for what we want to do right now. And also, it's new. And let's face it, novelty is the highest aspiration of humanity. Right? Am I right or am I right? I don't know. I don't know if that's really true or not. I think I read it in a book once, and I liked it, so I sort of kept it around. I think it was Brandon Sanderson's Way of Kings. Great book, by the way. You should totally read it. You know what we also need a little bit? We need a little bit of wood, we need a little bit of cobblestone, a lot of cobblestone, and some redstone to make this work. So first, if we want to make 2 Stirling generators, I started making these already, making these off camera, just making sure I had everything I needed. So we need 3, 4 of those. We need 2 furnaces. We need 2 pistons. Like so. 1, 2. There we go. And I think that that's everything we need. So we can go like this. Oh, we need more stone bricks. Let's pick them all up. These are all the same thing, right? Yeah, weird. There's too many monsters in this world. It's just nuts. 1, 2. All right. So this is cool. We now have, we'll do it up here for now. We now have Stirling generators. Now, what am I going to use these for, you might ask? Well, let me show you. I'm going to put one down here. And, well, we'll put one here for now. You'll see why in a sec. Ender.io, in addition to offering awesome power conduits, also offers energy generation and ore processing. So what we want to do is go about making all the things from these ore processors. Specifically, first thing we're going to do is look at an SAG mill. This SAG mill is pretty straightforward to get. I think I have the flint. If not, I'm going to go off camera and grab it. I'm really sorry that this episode is all about cuts, but I had to do some building, you know? Let's see, do I have 3 flint on me? I have 3 flint. What else do I need? I think I need one of these I think I need 2 of these machine chassis, right? So to make these, I need to get some of these first. 16 is plenty. So then let's go like this. These machines are pretty iron hungry, aren't they? Fortunately, I just cooked up stacks and stacks from all my mining trips. Now, what about these guys? We're going to need some copper and some gold. So let's go ahead and grab a little bit of copper and 1 gold to turn into nuggets. Nuggetize the gold. And then for this, we need 1 of you. No problem. In fact, I think we'll need 2. So let's just go ahead and grab that. And is that all we need for this? It is. We have a sag mill. Now, what about cooking up the ores? What we need for this is an alloy smelter. So for this, we're going to need more copper. We already have most everything else. Actually, we need another furnace. No problem. And we need more copper. Wrong one. I 'Cause 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 ' And we're missing, it's just the silliness of any eye. Ta-da! Alloy smelter. Okay, now we have these two machines. I'll need to work a little bit to figure out how to automate them in the right amount of space. We can go like here, and then for the alloy smelter, we can go right here. Now let's go ahead and pull out our handy dandy lava crystals that we've been using over here. And let's go ahead and toss one of these in here. I can't put it in there. That's interesting. Ooh, that's a bug. Well, that puts a bit of a kink in my plans now, doesn't it? So, you all saw that. Part of playing on the dev pack is that occasionally you do that. Just because that's not cool. But before I do that, yeah, well, this does change things a little bit, but not too much. I'll report that to Way and what is his name? Fancy Pants something or other. We'll get that worked out because that really ought to work. I know it works with other engines. I could build another engine, but you know, I actually have a fair amount of this coal. So let's go ahead and just toss this coal in here. Let's take half of that and put it over here. And then you'll see that these guys will actually start building up their buffers as well. Now, these engines they're pretty cool looking in my opinion. But they are not the most powerful engines in the world. They're 1 mine joule a tick. So they're not going to win any awards for efficiency. But, you know, they're powerful enough for our purposes because now we can just go ahead and dump ores in there and I don't need to worry quite so much about the ridiculousness of tearing my personal magical network apart. And as you can see, we actually did a pretty good job during my building of taking care of that. Still, I'd rather do it this way, especially once we can get, you know, we can probably find a way to indirectly use the lava crystals for now. And I can always use the lava crystals for my workshop. But as you can see, this works pretty fast. And then, of course, we can toss these in here. Now, the other reason I wanted to get this going was because I want, oh wow, it took 2 at a time. Hope that's not a bug. Let's see. That's cool. It takes multiples at a time. These machines are pretty effective. They're pretty fast, as you can see. They're not the fastest machines we have in the pack, but they're pretty good. Is that now we can start to make power conduits and stuff. So, and that's cool because those will be super useful in the future. Mostly for taking care of more complex builds than this one. Like this is super simple, but you could envision, of course, you know, you use them like thermal expansions, power conduits. We want to have a robust way to move power around before we go to build our sky base, right? Of course. So, ooh, gosh, these machines are really cool. They're kind of sinister looking. I like the texture style, and I like the smoke particle effects. So, I think that's a pretty good result. And so we'll leave these lava crystals in here to deal with kind of one-off work because it is really convenient to just never have to think about any of this again, right? So this will all go through. We'll move this up. We'll let the tin up too. Yeah. And this thing can do a whole bunch more stuff. It's in furnace mode or alloys only or furnace only, right? So we can tell it, hey, do this, and hey, do that. So that's cool. It'll only do the things it's allowed to do at that point in time. However, I think if we could tell it to do, no, unfortunately it doesn't know how to do bronze. Maybe we can teach it that though. But the coolest thing is it does 3 at a time, which is just fantastic. So let me think for a moment about how we're going to automate this, because it's obvious that we want to. Just how? What's the right way? I mean, if we had autarkic gates, we could pump it out right there. Ah, you know what? We've been leaning on extra utilities pretty hard in this one. Why don't we use that? I have a few ender pearls lying around. So, gosh. I've actually never used these. Well, I used them once briefly and sort of in anger, as they say, but I've never used it like, what's the word, for realsies? So it'll be a cool opportunity to play around a little bit with them. So why don't we open up the bottom here? I think this is the alloy smelter, and that's the sag mill. Don't worry about the look of these. We'll try and fix it soon. We may not be able to. We'll just have to see how that works out. So what we'd like to do is suck things out of the bottom, pull them out of the top. Yeah, this might work. So if we go ahead to our mod subsection, God, I'm excited. I'm doing something I've never done before. I've never used these extra utilities things, and I'm like, this is what I live for. There's extra utilities, shift click it. And if we look around for these nodes, these transfer pipes and transfer nodes. So we just need to use the word transfer as our keyword. Right. Transfer pipe. These are super easy. We have a ton of the stuff lying around. So let's go ahead and maybe we don't have a ton of stone just in our inventory at this exact minute, but we do have it lying around, so to speak. Let's just keep healthy. Oh, and of course, now that we're cooking with that again, we need to keep our network healthy, of course. Wouldn't want a empty network. Empty networks mean dead people. Okay, so we need stone slabs for this part. Let's just make a nice supply of them. And we're out of regular glass. Do we have any more in here? We do. And, of course, the redstone I threw away. I'm going to need to come up with a solution next for fortune mining. I need to look and see if maybe progressing with Ars will let me do it. Ooh, that's a lot. Let's just go ahead and do all of these. Okay, so now what do we do to make a transfer node? We need a chest, more of this, an ender pearl, and some more redstone. So I do happen to have a few ender pearls for my rogue encounters in the wild, so to speak. And then we need redstone, and what else was it? A chest. A chest? What the heck kind of weirdness is that? So let's go ahead and fire up one of these babies. I guess this will do. Now, we'll have to see if the sighting of this works out. It ought to. So if we go like this, and then pull out one of these, I'm told that this works. Oh, there we go. That should, now if I look over here, it ought to be the case that it starts sucking it out. I'm not sure exactly. Transfer mode. I'm not sure. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so you can see things go through. Hey, check that out. Now what we need to do is find a way to get the other things out of here and into a chest. Interesting. Interesting dilemma. I wonder if we can do something, some sort of filtering. Give me just a sec to research what these pipes can actually do. I'll be right back, and we'll see if I can maybe make this work. Because it'd be really great if I could just move a chest over here and have it come straight down, and it knows somehow what things are valid up there but not down here. Let me take a look. All right, folks. Well, I think I've worked out a solution to my problem. So as you can see, we're sitting here, we're filling up with silver ingots, etc. I have a chest down there. This is where I'd like for things to go. Now, it occurs to me that if I move that Stirling generator, then I could put a node right here. Now, before I can, if I want to run a pipe down here, which is pretty easy to do, but I don't want it to connect to this, there's a couple things I could do. The easiest thing I could do, though, is to pull out my trusty saw and saw one of these blocks down into just covers. Right, so these are now just covers. And this is the Forge Multipart. Now, Extra Utilities has the nice property that they support these. So now when I toss that in there, and of course I can go like this and like this for now. Oop. Not quite what I meant to do. Interesting, I can't put it there. I wonder why. Oh well. Oh, because the node is there. Interesting. That's probably a bug for them. So yes, anyways, now what I can do is grab my transfer pipes here and just run this right down. And that connects just as one might expect it would. Now, I could even go further and kind of clean things up. Because one of the really cool properties of Forge Multipart is that it sort of detects. So let's see, can I cut it in half? No, I can't really do that. So let's go ahead and get a few of these strips. This should be enough. I'm not sure if we need more. We can kind of thin out by aiming right there. As you can see, we can sort of thin out this gap and make it look like a really professional looking job has been done here. Let's hop up here so we get the right angle that we need. Oh, interesting. Looks like I can't quite do it that way. I wonder why. Well, either way, looks pretty good as it stands. And, of course, get rid of this accidentally placed piece. And ta-da! Let's go ahead and make a few more of those, just so that we can finish up what we started. Oh, it's got to be on this side. This Forge Multipart, it's pretty cool. It does different things than Imobis microblocks. But it does good things. I like the things that it does. And finally, let's see if we can get that right there. Well, not really what I wanted. It can be a little tricky to get exactly what you want out of these. So let's go ahead and do it first. So now that should still connect. All we have to do is put that there. And that actually looks pretty slick, right? I mean, that's a pretty cool looking setup. So I'm pretty happy with that overall. And now we have an automatic ore processing that, as you can see, dumps out. And with the hopper up there, it's pretty easy. And I can build another hopper and still use this system for the things that, well, I want sort of using my magical network, or things that the SAG mill doesn't yet know how to handle. For example, platinum is something it does not yet know how to handle. So we'll go ahead and run platinum until I get that configuration file written. And in fact, just to let you know, it's almost done. So probably in the next release or two, the SAG mill will have the configurations in Resonant Rise to handle all of the pretty sure that we'll have all of the support for basically every metal in the mod. Just go ahead and put that there. That looks pretty interesting. And then let me finish this up. So folks, I think that at the end of the day, this is probably me winding down this episode and saying thank you very much for watching. I really enjoyed this episode, even though it was kind of I don't want to say a slog, but there was a lot of stuff going on here. And there's like a lot of little things to do. But, you know, we have a list. We're going through it. About that, just had a little bit of an error in the recording. Lost a second or two, but no big deal. I think this is pretty much the end of the episode, like I was saying. Thank you very much for watching. I had a good time recording these. I hope that you enjoyed watching them as well. The next episode, we'll probably be working on Nether Access and being able to work on a regeneration spell so we can progress further in Blood Magic, which I'm really excited about, by the way. I can't wait to get further, because that mod is not only is it getting cooler, but it is really cool. And that said, I'm excited to try Ars, too. I see a lot of people playing with Thaumcraft, but not a lot of people doing great work with Ars, and I know there's amazing things possible with that mod. I think we'll also probably, as I played a little bit with the Mariculture mod, I realized there's a lot of cool stuff going on there. So I'm thinking I may try to use my newfound Thaumcraft powers and this little cave to make a nice little fishing spot. And, you know, there's all these, I can use these arcane paving stones and perhaps an elevated road to get there really fast. The paving stones are cheap, they work pretty well, and they're definitely fun to have around. So, folks, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Please check out the other YouTubers who are doing fantastic and fun Resonant Rise Let's Plays as well. A couple new folks will be joining us very soon, and I think This is now a multiplayer server, and I think that we will actually have people joining us. I can't say yet the name because it hasn't happened yet, but someone with a YouTube channel much, much bigger than mine, much bigger than mine, and ways put together, has expressed interest in joining us on Resonant Rise, which is pretty exciting if you ask me. So we're going to give that a try. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next time.